Welcome, friend. Welcome to a journey into the heart of what drives us, what holds us back, and the untapped potential that waits within each of us, sometimes unnoticed, sometimes doubted, but always there. Imagine for a moment that deep inside of you, there's a hidden reservoir, a wellspring of strength, courage, and possibility that you've only just begun to tap into. What if you could? What if today marked the beginning of something you never thought possible? This isn't just a motivational video. It's an invitation to become an explorer of your own soul, to go beyond the limits that were never yours to begin with. This is for anyone who's ever felt lost, anyone who's been told that they can't, anyone who's looked at the world and wondered if they had what it takes. Your doubt is not a weakness, it's a messenger. It whispers of uncharted territories within you, of capabilities that lie dormant, waiting for the right moment of awakening. Every great journey begins with a single step, but that step is rarely about external movement. It's about internal shift, a subtle yet profound realignment of how you perceive yourself. You are not defined by your past failures or current limitations. You are defined by the courage to reimagine, to reconstruct, to rise. Your potential is not a distant dream. It's a living, breathing reality waiting to be activated. Not through grandiose gestures, but through consistent, intentional choices. Choices that say, I believe in myself. I trust my journey. I am capable of more than I've been told. This is your invitation, not to conform, but to transform. Not to follow, but to forge your path. Are you ready? Life has a peculiar way of testing us. Sometimes it feels like every corner we turn, there's another obstacle, another voice telling us, not today, not ever. But those who achieve greatness aren't the ones who never heard these voices. They're the ones who heard them and decided to rise anyway. The truth is, life isn't something that's happening to us. It's something happening through us. Every single moment of doubt, every failure, every setback, they're all just challenges asking us, how much do you want this? Because the only way to find out how far you can go is to go. I remember a time in my own life where I felt like I had nothing left to give. I was down to my last dollar, wondering how I'd make it through the week. There were days I didn't even know if I'd have enough to eat. I'd look around and see people with success, with happiness, and it seemed like they were living in a world I couldn't reach. But something in me refused to let go. Some voice, deeper than all the doubts, whispered, keep going. You're not done yet. Those were the words that changed my life. Not because they brought instant success or immediate relief, but because they gave me a reason to keep moving forward, even in the darkest times. And as I kept going, things began to change. Not all at once, but step by step. Life has a way of testing us to our limits, but only to show us that our limits are illusions. They're boundaries we create, and just as easily, boundaries we can break. The question isn't whether you can. The question is, what if you will? Here's a truth that may surprise you. Everything we experience, the good, the bad, the setbacks, the triumphs, each moment is a choice. Every obstacle life places in front of us is a chance to ask ourselves one thing: who do I want to become in response to this? And this is a truth most people overlook. We are not prisoners of our circumstances. We're creators. When you choose to respond to a setback with resilience, you're rewriting the script. When you face fear and choose courage, you're deciding to live on your own terms, not by life's whims. Let's go deeper. Ask yourself right now, what have I been holding back from doing? What dream, what goal, what passion have I put aside because I thought maybe it's not for me, or maybe I don't have what it takes? Because here's something that might change your life. What if you can? The power isn't in perfection. It's in the choice to begin, to take that first step, to believe that your potential is not defined by your past, but by your willingness to choose differently right now. Every choice is a brushstroke. Every decision, a color on the canvas of your life. You're not just living your story, you're actively creating it. With each choice, you're painting a masterpiece that no one else can replicate. So I ask you, what will you choose today? Let me share with you the story of a young runner who lived in a small, quiet town. He had a dream to run marathons, to compete with the world's best. But there was one problem. He had never been in a single race, and he had no coach, no equipment, nothing that others around him had. But that didn't stop him. Every morning, he would wake up before dawn, put on his old, worn shoes and run. Day after day, through rain, through cold, through scorching heat, he ran. People laughed, said he was crazy, said he'd never make it. But he kept running. And as he ran, something incredible happened. Not to his legs, but to his mind. He learned endurance, resilience, patience. By the time he entered his first race, he was ready not only physically, but mentally. He didn't win, but he placed high enough to prove he belonged. That's how greatness begins, not with the cheering of crowds, but with a quiet determination to keep going, to keep moving, to keep believing. In every step, in every breath, in every moment of doubt overcome, he discovered something profound. True victory isn't about the medal. It's about the person you become while chasing the dream. The world doesn't remember those who never tried. It remembers those who dared to run when everyone said they couldn't. This story isn't just about one runner. It's about each of us. Each one of us has the potential to create, to accomplish, to overcome. And it's belief that fuels that potential, belief in ourselves, belief in the possibilities. But belief alone isn't enough. Belief needs resilience. Because every time you decide to take a step toward your dream, resistance will appear. Life will challenge you, test you, ask you again and again, how much do you want this? And it's not enough to say, I want it. You have to show it every single day, with every action, with every sacrifice. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about rising every single time you fall. It's about understanding that your greatest strength lies not in having an easy path, but in your ability to navigate the difficult ones. Each challenge is not a roadblock, it's a teacher. Each setback is not a defeat, it's a setup for a comeback. Your potential is not a destination, it's a journey, a continuous process of becoming, of pushing beyond what you thought was possible. Belief is your compass, resilience is your fuel, and your unwavering spirit, that's your ultimate weapon. So I ask you, What will you choose to believe in today? Now, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what's the goal you're willing to sacrifice for? What's the vision that drives you, that gets you up in the morning? Take a moment. Reflect deeply. These questions are more than words. They're a mirror to your potential, to who you could become if you stepped fully into your own power. Let that vision sink in, because here's the truth. You have everything you need to start. All the wisdom, all the strength, all the resilience, it's all within you. This isn't about grand gestures or overnight transformations. It's about the quiet moments of decision, the split-second choices where you decide to believe in yourself when no one else does, where you choose growth over comfort, courage over fear. Your potential isn't something external. It's not waiting for you somewhere in the future. It's here, right now, breathing inside you, waiting to be acknowledged, to be unleashed. The question isn't whether you can. The question is, will you? Now let's talk about how you can start channeling this power every day. Here are 3 practical steps to bring you closer to the life you want. 1. Set micro-goals. Forget the end result for a moment and focus on the small, manageable steps. Each day, set a micro-goal. Maybe it's as simple as making progress on a project or choosing gratitude in a challenging situation. Small actions compound, and over time, they create greatness. 2. Practice reflection. Every day, take 5 minutes to reflect. Write down what you learned, where you succeeded, and where you struggled. Reflecting helps you track your growth and gives you a clear sense of progress. 3. Cultivate inner strength. Meditation, journaling, mindfulness. Find practices that strengthen your mind and connect you with your purpose. When your mind is strong, you can face any storm life throws your way. Remember, growth isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up for yourself day after day with intention and courage. Your journey starts now, one micro goal at a time. Are you ready? So, my friend, the question remains, what if you can? What if you chose today to believe, to act, and to rise above every reason you've held yourself back? Remember, life isn't waiting for you to be ready. It's waiting for you to decide. You have everything within you to transform your dreams into reality. So go ahead, step into your power, face the journey with courage, and never, ever stop asking yourself, what if I can? Your journey is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about the courage to begin, to continue, to believe. The world is waiting. Are you ready to answer, what if I can?